how do some companies succeed and thrive and grow, and why do others not? I think there are some core answers to that, and we're going to introduce that to you today and hopefully have a really good dialogue about it. I'm Doug Vance Bronson. I'm a partner and co-founder of Versett, and I'm joined today by Stephen Ritchie. So Stephen is our director of strategy here. So when we sat down and said, how are we going to start the Start Here series? The first one that bubbled up was this idea of competitive moats. So that's why we're starting with the topic today.
Okay, so Stephen, could you kind of give us a quick introduction? What is a competitive moat?
Sure. A competitive moat is just a sustainable competitive advantage that you, an organization or company has over the competition. So, what makes you unique, and that is allowing you to generate above average returns compared to the rest of the market.
Okay, so if you're kind of sitting at home trying to figure out how to apply this to your own business, I think it's helpful to kind of give an example. So what would be an example of a company that has a really durable competitive moat?
Sure, so I think Netflix is one that quickly comes to mind that most people would be familiar with. So in the streaming and content space, a lot of their decisions are based on how much is it going to cost to buy or sort of film something on a per subscriber basis.
Right.
So the way that they're calculating this is really just cost over number of subscribers. So because Netflix has so many subscribers, they're able to get that cost incredibly low, which makes each sort of new content purchase more affordable or more profitable compared to the competition who might have a smaller set of subscribers.
Yeah, great example. I think another one would be Costco. So the fact that people pay money for the opportunity to shop there enables them to sell things at pretty much a zero margin, but still make a really decent profit based on the membership.
Right, and I think one important or interesting thing about moats is that they typically are very hard for the competition to catch up to,
right,
which is why it's better, I think, to start early and think about how your advantages will build over time. And I think the ones we mentioned are not the only examples of moats. There's things that operate on a smaller scale, so maybe that's brand, network effects. I think intellectual property is another good one that people might be familiar with that really gives you as a company some unique advantages over the competition.
What are some of the most applicable ways you could look, or the lenses you could approach this with, to sort of see how you could build them out or observe if you can build one within your own company?
Sure. I think all moats have sort of the same three properties, and you need all three to really have a durable moat. And so the first one would be unique. So things that only you as a company can do that the competition can't or don't do. Value generating, so the difference only matters if it's helping you charge higher prices or capture more profitability through lower costs. And difficult to replicate. I think this is where most moats typically fall short, is they have something unique and it's value generating, but it doesn't take long for the competition to kind of find out about it, and pretty soon they're copying it, and then everyone's doing the same thing, and sort of that alpha is no longer there.
I think one of the methodologies that we look at is, instead of sort of looking at just a competitive moat, looking at an accumulating advantage as sort of a concept. Could you kind of walk us through what that is?
Sure, I think an accumulating advantage is really an advantage that you have that accumulates over time just through sort of repeated practice or use. So maybe it's a data play where every time you serve a customer, you get more data from that interaction that allows you to improve your product, improve your service, or maybe it's improve your distribution because you're learning about a new market or channel, and really applying that repetitively. So it's not enough to just sort of collect data or collect feedback. It's really about implementing that and sort of making each day better than the last based on what you were doing.
Right, so it's a self-reinforcing loop.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Every activity you do gets stronger and better and makes your company more.
Yeah, and it definitely compounds over time. So it's just a matter of getting started and being consistent with sort of improving with each iterative either customer interaction or sale.
Excellent. Well, thanks, Stephen.
No problem.